Hello, beautiful people. Hi, and welcome to a Sunday evening stream. This is
Fight
not
night.
from usual, not our usual team of the week live. But yeah, a bit of some things to discuss regarding the announcement made this afternoon by the board regarding the start of season 27, and we wanted to use this platform to try and give you guys the rationale behind the decision we took into account so that we could, just get some engagement going, see where we are as a community, and then, yeah, take it from there. As you can see, I'm equipped for the Wild Wild West. I'm ready for the
What does
shots.
it say on there?
Hey?
What does it say on there? It's the
Southern
cricket cap.
Kings. It's a Kings
Ah.
rugby team. Yeah. So, with that being said, Issy, I'm gonna hand it over to you as we wait for the guys to start filtering in.
Yeah, I mean, do I start now? There's only 16 hours here. Like I said, I don't want to repeat it the whole time. So
We can just
give
refer
him
them
maybe
back.
a few minutes here to
All
come
right.
in.
No
Yeah,
stress.
what
We just
else? What else do we have on the agenda? Maybe let's just go through that for like 2 minutes. Um,
I'll
we go
start.
live with our team of the week on tomorrow. Um, so we delayed it for this. Is this what moment?
Yep, we've got moments of the week so long, but you can go into it so long while I load them in.
So I think we'll do the live draw for the cup next week as well. There is team of the group stage going out next week as well. And then basically, yeah, until we finish this FIFA or this EAFC.
Yeah, there's not a lot of time left between for this FIFA or this EAFC, should we say? Um, and yeah, it's a lot of things still left to be done. Mid-season transfer window closing in about
Tonight, yeah.
3 hours and 52 minutes. So get those last minute transfers in. What's the prediction for Chelsea this season? Is it because I'm wearing my Chelsea strip now that you're attacking me? No. The prediction is I think we're still gonna be top six. I don't think we're going to be ready for top four just yet. We still got a lot, as you know. The meme is 41 squad members. It's gonna be similar to 2 seasons ago where the Owens can't fit into the dressing room. Yeah, I think I've seen enough in preseason to know what the season is going to be like. But yeah, for now, as we see the numbers starting to pick up, I'm
Yeah.
just going to go through a few of the moments of the week so long, starting
Yeah.
with this one. Very
This
nice.
is lagging. I missed it.
You missed it. Hectic.
It was lagging. I don't know. Maybe it's my internet.
All right, second one.
Danger averted.
Well, you feel they needed to score there just to get back in it, but it's a brilliant save from the goalkeeper.
Yo,
Oh, from miles out, he's done it.
that one's
How
solid.
about that for a pure strike?
What a
And the
great.
Grady.
And the last
Stop the
one,
count. You got a winner.
I've been told this one has a specific message for Rufi. Yes, yapping, more defending. Let's go.
A really good pass.
Cyber.
Baba.
Hmm.
Will it be?
Ashik. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and he plays centre back sometimes, no?
Yeah, so we've got
Okay.
tight competition this week. Tight competition
I
this
think
week.
we got enough guys here now. Let's get to the business end.
All right.
Okay.
See, over to you.
Yeah. So look, I love it when Rufy does this. You know, he starts something and then I come in for damage control. That's a standard with us. But yeah, look, we didn't just decide, look, are we doing this and this is what it is. Me and Rufy have gone back and forth over this since the game was announced. And like we were like, how can we get the best outcome for the community? Because the thing is, there's a lot of O's who are angry now. Okay, yeah, we don't have a season at the end of this year, but think about the community as a whole, because that's how I think. So I'll give you my perspective, and then after that, we can take questions from whoever has questions. Okay, so look, the game drops, I think, 20th September for early access and 27th for everybody. All right, that's been the standard format for as many FIFAs as I can remember. Now, from that time, we have to basically fit in a whole season. A season is about 2 months. So with EAFC24, we started on about the 16th of October and we ended, I think, almost on the 20th of December. You know, so it's almost into that Christmas time where people go away. Now, having a cup and a league in that short space of time is difficult because you get a lot of drop off where come December and half your players go on holiday or whatever, your team struggles. A situation we are in now, even where half of the teams mid-season want to disband because I don't have players anymore. The guys don't want to play, whatever. So we thought, look, how do we eliminate this issue of the drop off at the end of the season? And then the idea was, let's just have a season in January. Now, that doesn't mean we're not going to have anything in the interim period from the time the game releases until the end of the year. We will not have a full league. That is what we are saying. So I don't know if any of you were around back when clubs just moved over to PS5. We had a massive draft. I think Dusty, you were one of the captains. And basically, similar to the drafts we have in the New Gen group, everybody's name goes on a list. And from there, it's like, this is the list of keepers, this is the list of CBs, cams, strikers, whatever. Then we have, let's say, all the Prem caps. And every Prem cap is going to pick a team from that draft, like an NFL draft or whatever. And that is the team you will play with for the draft. So we were thinking of having like a World Cup or Euros format where everybody's in their groups. From that groups, you move into a knockout, and we'll have 2 legs, home and away, and whatever, so that we can basically have something for the guys still, but not a full league. And even with this rush coming now, we can have something with the 5v5. We can do that. Maybe we'll have a cup or whatever. Nothing is set in stone yet. So once the game drops, then we can see what we're working with, and we can plan something for you guys for the time from the game drops until December. So we don't have a set plan yet of what we're going to do, but we know we're not going to have a full league in that period. The reason behind that is every other year, I think standard edition was about $1,000, maybe less. But this year, standard edition is 1.5 or 1.499 or something crazy like that. Now, everybody doesn't have 1.5 to drop on the game. Yes, there is some O's who will have that, but I need to think of everybody, because the league isn't just about the guys who have money. If that was the case, the registration wouldn't be 50 Rand, it would be 200 Rand or something else, So we try and accommodate everybody. And whenever the new game drops, there's a big drop off of the player base because they don't have the game. So we're on 8 leagues at the moment. Come new FIFA, if I start the season in October, how many leagues do we lose? 2, 3, and we drop to 5 leagues. It's not the greatest experience for, I'll give you an example, a team that starts in League One, works their way up to Prem. They're sitting in Prem now on season 26. Come season 27, half of their players don't have the game. What do they do now? They have to disband. They lose their slot. They go back to League One when they eventually get the game, and they have to build up from the start. Not the greatest experience. So in this interim, we thought, let's have the draft. The reason, you say that's their problem, but you're talking about the minority. You see? You're not talking about everybody. If that is the case, then why do I even have an old gen league? I'll drop the whole old gen and just run new gen. You see, you have to think of the community as a whole, not just. You see, not okay. Wait, let me wait. I'll pose the questions for later.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Look, so my thing is, man, I want everybody to have equal opportunity at the game. And if we just have the league now, there will be a lot of O's who don't have the game, and we lose all of that players. They lose their spot in whatever league they were in, and they would be dropped to the bottom. The idea behind a draft also is you find players that you've never played before. A lot of O's in the community are stuck in their circles. We only play with this guys. We don't play with anybody else. Then there's, let's say, a captain who's unknown. He needs to recruit players. How does he find a guy how does he find players? Because he knows no one in the community. What the draft does is it forces you to play with people you don't know, and you make new brasse in that situation. So that is why we are pushing for a draft where it's mixed O's. Look, the draft isn't compulsory. If you don't want to play the draft, go play divs. Enjoy yourself. But we want to have something where we'll still keep you guys busy so that there is something in terms of SAPL that can... what did you block him now? So look, just pose the questions. We'll have it afterwards. But we almost want to have a situation where, let's say, some League One CDM, he gets drafted into a team with Raji now. And now he's playing next to Raji, and he learns from a player like that. You would have never had that opportunity to play next to one of the GOATs in that position. And now you get placed in that team. You get to experience what the top level of that position that you play is and how you can improve your game. It also gives, let's say, guys in League One who want to get into a Prem team, no one's going to even look at you unless maybe they see you on a team of the week, or you get into a draft with them or something and you put up a performance. But this is a new opportunity for them now to almost prove themselves to the big O's and be like, look here, I am an actual top player. And then, maybe come the window before season 27, then Josh is like, you know what, that CDM stood out. He's actually not bad. Maybe we must pull him in, or whatever, one of the top 6 captains or something. You get a chance to now prove yourself to that captains, because you'll never see Zama put on the transfer market looking for a player. They know who they want already. They're at the top of the game. They're drafting proven quality. But how do you prove to them that you are at that level? You see, so that's why we went for the draft, and that is what the potential plan is so far. Look, if things change, we can see, but ideally, we're not going to have a full season at the end of the game. Okay, I said my say.
Oh,
The floor is open.
okay.
What stands
So
out there,
yeah,
Dustin?
just to add, guys, or Isi rather, you guys must remember in terms of timelines, the usual thing in terms of the experience of the league and what we know is whenever we start the league mid-October, people always complain, there's not enough time to mod my bot or level up my bot. Oh, you guys are trash or whatever because you guys are max level and we in level 50. There's a lot of that going around. And on top of that, people generally, some people take a week and the stuff is done. Some people take 2 weeks, some people take 2 months, etc., etc. We have to take into account the fact that people, 1,500 Rand is a big commitment to make
We have school
on
lighters in the league.
any single game. Yeah. On any game, never mind EAFC, any game, 1,500 Rand is a lot, right? And yes, there are people with means that will get it. Some teams will sponsor their teams' copies, or whatever the case may be. But now we don't want to have a league with only 50 teams, as an example, versus the 150 or whatever the number of teams is now, 8 leagues. So keeping that in mind, if we say now, okay, run 15 October, okay, we suffer with a massive drop off. We have 1 or 2 leagues that are running. And then after that, then the argument is you build the league back up again, 3 leagues, 5 leagues, or whatever the case is. But now, whatever those guys are like, it's FOMO. It's FOMO exists for everybody. You're gonna be watching all these guys playing. You're gonna wanna be in there. But now we all know also, and maybe it's not an assumption, but it's been happening every year, so we know. We know EAFC in December goes on special. 20%, 30% discount, or whatever the case is, there is always a special, right? That gets more people on there. Now, we have to do a migration and a proper migration at that. Because if we don't, if SAPL becomes a community that only looks after people who have the means to play, then SAPL as a whole has lost its meaning because that's not what SAPL stands for. It's never stood for that. It stood for the entire community. That's why it has grown to the level that it is at as it is right now. So we have to think of all of those things. We have to try and accommodate everybody. We know we're not going to make everybody happy. But at the end of the day, like Isi has said, we have and we are putting in countermeasures to have people playing and still competing in the time of for them to get their bots up and have their trash talk and bragging rights and all those types of things. So all I'm saying is you need to take off your hat like I am right now and then put on another one that thinks of everyone else, not just yourself. All right, because all of those players that you're gonna have on certain teams are now all gonna opt to a Zamalek, to a Ballers, or to a bigger team because they're gonna have the capacity to take all the players on, and then you're stuck having to recruit from a player base that is shrunk from this to this. Think about that as well. So please, it's not whether it be a draft, whether it be a cup, whether it be a preseason league, we are working on those details. But at the end of the day, we're not going to start the league before January. And for us, then it represents a challenge as the board to then do something that is still meaningful for the guys who have the game. And then also at the same time, have the guys who get the game later a space to come back into. So that is the main overriding principle. And yeah, there will be stuff in place. So we are working on it. We will come back and we will say to you, we're going to do a World Cup draft, or we're going to do a Euros draft, or we're going to have a preseason cup. We've had these instances before. We have prior experience to draw from. So we know what happens and what is good for community. And we will be also taking on suggestions from you guys, and we will give you guys the platform to do that. So this was just for us to then communicate. Look, this is the decision. This is what went into making that decision. And then from now, between us as a board and the community as a whole, we will find a solution that works, and hopefully makes a majority of the people happy, and not just a select few. So yeah.
Look, I'm not against a cup. We can do a cup, but the whole reason behind a draft is to break the ice and mix players so that you learn different strategies, play with other O's, and see. Look, maybe this works. And you never knew of that, or whatever. So that new friendships are made, man. That's the idea behind it. We want O's to mix and just learn from each other. That's why we're going for a draft.
All right. So we have a suggestion here from Lang that says, what about something along the lines of a preseason league instead of a draft, so that teams can build chemistry? Don't have squad restrictions, so we can try our gents freely on any night.
No, so look, a preseason. The whole idea why I don't want a league is because teams are going to lose their spot in whatever league they are in because they don't have the numbers. That is why I don't want a league. So a league is out of the question. We can do a cup. I don't mind a cup because a cup doesn't have any bearing on your placement in season 27. So, yeah, if you want a preseason cup, I don't mind doing that. We can have an extended cup.
Maybe a Champions League
Yeah,
like we did previously also. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm open to anything, man. But not a league.
As a new captain and my second time, I agree to the break, but the time span of the break is too much. Maybe December. Yeah. So remember, a lot of people go on break in December. They go on holiday. They spend time with family. That time is normally set aside for going out, adventuring. Like me, I know I'm not gonna play between the 16th and the 1st of January because I'm going away or whatever the case may be. And that will be the case for a lot of people in the league. So December generally does not have a good rate of players active at the time because we are otherwise engaged at that time. So the other thought, we then thought, okay, cool, let's start the league in November and then have a mid-season break in December and then do one in January. But again, as Issy has mentioned, we don't
It
want
throws
a
the
league.
timeline off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throws a timeline
Look,
off and we don't want the league.
The way the schedule works is at max you can fit 4 leagues on a game. So that's one league in October. There's one league I think that starts in Feb. There's one in June, and then the last one like we are now. But it's too much of a crunch, man, and especially with the game as much extra as it is this season as opposed to last season. So it just costs so much more that we have to factor in everybody's pocket. That is the main driver behind the delay. So look, if you want to work on team chem or whatever, I'll have a cup. There's no issue with that. You can still say, "Oh, we won the cup or whatever." But picture this scenario because I've seen it over so many new FIFAs. You have a team of let's say 16 O's. 5 of your O's get the new game on drop. The rest don't have it yet. What do you do now? Those 5 guys, they need to either join another team because your team doesn't have the numbers on start night, or they merge with another team and then they go into the new season. But now, come midway through that season, the rest of the players get the game. What do they do now? Now you must split that team apart, but who keeps the spot? I'm not going to give 2 spots. So there's 1 spot only, and whoever holds the spot, the other team must go back to League One. So it gets very complicated when only half of your O's have the game, or you don't have enough for a full team even. What do you do now? That is the problem.
Yeah. You see, but I don't know if you know off the top of your head, but like if we start in Jan, does that mean that we get 3 or 4 seasons?
Yeah, we get
3 seasons.
3 seasons. 3 seasons.
Yeah. So I look, for me personally, and I know like I love playing this game. I do anything I can to be able to, whether it be saving money or selling something or doing whatever, I make sure that I always have the EAFC. That's just me personally, because it's my game to play, it's my distress, it's etc. etc. So I understand where a lot of the guys come from that regard. And we also, that it's not like we're leaving you guys in the lurch. We're going to have something for you guys to do with, like we said, cup is probably what we're leaning towards, or draft. So there will be something competitive for you guys to do. No, that does not count, Ash. But at the end of the day, guys, quality over quantity. We don't want a lot of guys push. It's impossible to make all of you guys happy. We just have to choose the scenario and the option that works for the majority and for everybody. And we will try our best to do something exciting. There are plans. We are discussing these things. We're not sitting idle. So we want to do something. We don't know what exactly it's going to be yet, but yeah, there will be something. Thank you, Enzo, for the heads up. So
Look,
for now,
a lot of
I have
O's
this.
when the new game drops, they also focus on the ultimate team, and now they're grinding to get back into Div 1 or Rank 1 or Elite or whatever. So, look, I don't think it's the worst thing to delay by 1 slot. There will still be a cup or a draft or whatever, something to keep you busy. It's not like there's going to be no pro clubs. There will be pro clubs, guaranteed. But we just don't want guys to lose their slot after they work to get to whatever level, and now because they don't have numbers, the team has to disband.
Okay. Zaid, we can look into that. Like anything that you guys mentioned now, we will look into whether what we can do. There was something that I wanted to mention now, but my old age.
Okay, you know what? Instead of putting a poll out to say, oh, who wants a new season and who doesn't, because it's easy to put a poll out and vote. I didn't pre-order, I'll just vote. Come that season when we've made everything, then 40 teams drop out because they don't have the numbers and they get combined in whatever. When the new game drops on whatever, September 27, let's see how many people are online. Then we'll make a decision. So if you can show me you bring a full 11 to that first SNL, I will consider it. but I guarantee you there's gonna be 10
There's
teams
never
in
a
that
full.
first SNL. Yeah.
The first SNL is never full. 8 teams.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, they, like we've been saying, there will be whatever format it is that we're going to make competitive, there will be competitive mode. Look, guys, there's a lot of features coming to pro clubs as well. The rush mode, we don't know how that's going to factor into things. Maybe people want to start explore the new features, and you can't do that on all of that. And I know a lot of people will be like, yeah, no, we can. We play Ultimate Team, pro clubs, and all these things in one day. Cool, but if rush happens to be something that catches on and people now want a mode like that, then that's a space that we need to look in as well and bring that into there. So it's going to be a learning process for us as well. So yeah, for now, uh, I feel you on that, Ash. Ash is basically saying that for the passionate pro clubs players like myself, like them, buying a game for 3 seasons doesn't seem worth it. But again,
Look, it's not like you're not gonna play from September until December. You are gonna play. He just wants
won't
another medal in his cupboard. That's why he's saying that.
Passion FC will be there. Yeah. Is there a spot there for me, Enzo? I also got passion. More passion and more energy. Yeah. More drinking time. Who knows? Whatever time there is, look, I think just to conclude and to wrap things up, um, we considered a whole lot of things, and ultimately at the end, to be fair to a lot of people in the position that they are now, we needed to make this decision so that we give as many people the opportunity to come into a competitive league as possible. For them not to start right at the end or start all over again in League One because they don't have the numbers, or for teams to merge. You know how it's dog eat dog in this league. We got 5 players here that can only afford the game. We've got 4 players there. We've got 3 players there. Then those 3 teams merge, and then what happens to the rest of the players? So yeah, that is essentially what we've considered. Again, the money is a big factor. That is a big factor. And as much as you guys want to play and have your competitive leagues, at the same time, we need to adhere and make sure that we remember what SAPL stands for: inclusivity, and making sure that everybody has a fun place to play, everybody has a space in the community to express themselves. So yeah, that is it. Is there anything else you want to say to wrap things up before we close this off?
You know what? Now, maybe I must just. I'm gonna clip one of these moments in the stream, and on the 27th of September, I'm gonna send that clip to the community. I told you so. So,
All
yeah,
right,
no, I.
all
Look,
right,
man. The thing
let's
is,
do this.
yeah, we've been doing it for so long. We know exactly how every end of game is. So that's why we made this decision.
Friendlies until every night until January. Come now in so much. Okay. Issy, it sounded like you wanted to make a bet there, but it's fine. I won't follow through on that. But if yeah, because the community might get crazy.
No,
I must gooi with a pie in the face, or you must come onto stream and eat some pie or something.
okay, you know what? Now, maybe I'll send a form out in the captain's group, and every captain can respond and tell me how many players on his team have pre-ordered, and I will release that results to the community. Then you can see what the situation is at.
And please don't lie, guys, because we will find out on the 27th anyway. So if you
So
say you
yeah, look,
pre-ordered,
Let's do this. Yeah, if we put that form out, every captain can tell me how many players on his roster have pre-ordered. When that numbers come out, we'll send it to everybody, and then we can all see. Oh, he wasn't just making things up. This is the actual situation that it is.
Tegen Brown is 0 pre-orders already.
You see, and that's a Prem team. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now what Jabronis they started from the bottom. That's a perfect example. They built their way up to the Prem, and now they lose their spot because no one has 1-4 at the end of the month.
Zamalek is 18 already. Yeah, we know, Enzo. Zama will be leveled up by the 22nd of September. Yeah. But yeah,
Akil's
guys,
going to do all their butts.
remember, guys, it's a perfect plug, actually. You guys remember we have 4 copies that we are giving away to help in that matter to make sure we've got people who have the game. So remember to keep those social medias going. We've been tagging quite a few on our Instagrams, and they look really, really nice. So keep that going. And then, yeah, as far as the other copies go, remember 4 copies. So we're doing our bit, we're trying our best, and everything that we do, any decision that we make is with the community in mind. We don't want to stifle you in any way. We don't want to make, if a decision is in bad judgment, we come back and we say, sorry, whatever, we made a mistake, let's fix it and do that. But I think let us do what has been suggested, and then we get the numbers out so that we can see what the picture is. But again, at the end of the day, SAPL comes first, and we will make sure that there is something for you guys to do. Whether it be 1v1 pro club skilling, whether it be rush 5v5s, whether it be drafts or a cup, there will be something, and we will be there. So yeah, I think if there's no other questions, we will also kind of still get something out to take on suggestions. But I think the gist of it is, you guys do want a league. We've explained why we can't do a league, but you've come back and said, let's do a cup. There are people that are in agreement with the Champions League format, so we can do something like that. But yeah, as soon as we have the details and as soon as that is ready, we will announce it. And yeah, we do that. Thank you guys for taking the time to come on Sunday evening to chat to us, to raise your concerns. Please do continue to do so, and as we work together to make the league a better league for everybody. It has been easy. It has been dusty. Peace.
Safe.